Hello, I'm Trey Johnson with AHA TV. I have the Editor-in-Chief of Circulation, Genomic and Precision Medicine, Professor Christopher Semsarian with me. Professor Semsarian, how have the journals helped you take care of your patients?
The main way the AHA journals help me in terms of patient care is that specifically the documents which are the best practice documents that we have. So these are documents which are written often by experts, which focus on a particular aspect of care. It might be diagnosis, it might be genetic testing, it might be management of patients. And these guideline documents are tremendous resources for me to help in understanding what's the sort of common approach to care of these patients by an expert panel. The second way these journal articles help a lot is when I see my patients with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy or long QT syndrome, we look after them, we manage them, we diagnose them, etc. But they're always interested in the latest research in terms of, what's the latest treatment, what's the latest gene involved in this disease. And the AHA journals provide that latest up-to-date sort of outcomes of research, which patients love to hear about.
The guidelines definitely impact patient care. As an editor, how do you prioritize what's published?
There are many factors which influence me in terms of what research to publish, but I guess the key aspects are firstly research excellence. The research has to be of the highest standard in terms of research methodologies, analysis and interpretation of the data. Secondly, novelty is really important. We don't want to be Me Too journals where we cover the same topics of other journals. We want new information, we want new perspectives, we want new analysis approaches, which will help us to unlock some of the mysteries of patient care with these genetic heart conditions. So I think they're two very important things. And the third thing is, publishing a paper is all about, in my mind, telling a good story. And so the story has to be good, it has to be an important question, there needs to be a clear message and a clear conclusion, which hopefully ultimately will improve the care of patients with these conditions.
Well, speaking of publishing, how has COVID-19 impacted publishing research and practice?
Wow, COVID. What a year it's been, what a year and a half it's been across the world, including in Australia. COVID has impacted in many ways. I mean, it's impacted our clinical care of patients. It's impacted our journal because many of our researchers perform basic science research and labs were closed for periods of time. So there has been some delays in publications and submissions to the journal because of COVID, in the sense that we've learned more about how viral infections can affect the heart. There's been some research focused on COVID infections and cardiovascular system. And we're learning so much more about how we can vaccinate against these conditions. So there's been a lot of positives in terms of our knowledge. And certainly we all know a lot more about myocarditis when it comes to COVID-19 and vaccinations.
Well, thank you, Professor Semsarian. Tune in to AHA TV for more conversations with Editors-in-Chief of the AHA Journals.